What's up, everyone? Yep, it's your friend Movie and Game Lover 98 here to do a stream with friends. I'll be doing my Thomas Home Media Collection stream with friends. Now wrapping off with the classic era releases with season 7 episodes. So yep, let's get started. I hope you guys are looking forward to this, but I need to address some rules first. If I can. Okay, here we go. Rules: if anyone's screen is making inappropriate background noises, showing inappropriate stuff, spam commenting, arriving too early, playing copyright music, or any of that other unacceptable BS stuff, I'll have to kick them out of the stream or not allow them in at all. And swearing is technically allowed as long as you guys don't do it too much. So yep, now that those rules are out of the way, let me go and provide the link a few times, and the link is also provided in the description as well. All right, the link is already provided 3 times. So let's go ahead and get started with this collection stream of Thomas Home Media releases with season 7 episodes. Yep, we're going to start off with new friends for Thomas. Reasons why is because there's season 7 episodes on this release. Yep, new friends for Thomas. 4 season 7 episodes on this DVD. Also on the VHS counterpart, which I might just get because I like how this one, it makes Spencer normal. I don't like how there's 2 duplicates of Spencer on this. But if there's ever a chance Universal could re-release this on DVD solo, they could fix that. Yep. Anyways, next up to Thomas and the Jet Engine. But also, Solar Construction Company's spin-off series of Jack in the Pack is also going to be shown as well, because they're technically filmed the same way as Season 7. Anyway, here's Toss the Jet Engine, 3 Season 7 episodes on this. It's split like with the Season 6 episodes with Alec Baldwin. And who's trying to get in? Hold on. Who's Tanya Day? I don't know if this is a good idea. Mr. Cam, I don't know if this is such a good... Or Tanya Day, I don't know if this is such a good idea. I don't know if this is a good idea for you to join. I don't know if this is such a good idea. You're going to have to check. You're going to need to check around your place to be sure. Because I also don't like hearing any echo sound effects. Toss the jet engine. I remember getting this on VHS from Goodwill, but I got so upset when the tape got eaten in the VCR right when Percy and the Haunted Mine was starting. Anyways, Thomas the Jet Engine. Yep, I might get this in Totally Thomas Volume 8 with Thomas gets bumped and Thomas gets tricked. And who's trying to get in? Oh my gosh, no! Sorry about this person who's a Loud House fan, and I don't like people who like. Well, I like these friends, yes, but I just don't like seeing stuff of the Loud House. I just don't like the Loud House that much. I don't want to watch it. But anyway, here's Tossing the Jet Engine. Like I said, the one released, but yes, it has season 7 episodes with Michael Brandt's narration, but at least the original Mike and Jr. score music was still intact, which I liked. But when we get to releases next with Hooray for Thomas and these ones, well, they have the Robert Hartshorn score, but for some reason, the only thing that has the score by Mike and Jr. is the sing-along song itself. Yep, Hooray for Thomas. This one has all season 7 episodes. But they all have the Robert Hartshorn score in the episodes, but for some reason this one uses the classic name boards in between the episodes. Anyway, Hooray for Thomas is done. Anyways, Percy in the bandstand. No, Percy saves the day. What the fucking hell is my problem? I apologize for the language, guys. Percy saves the day, not Percy in the bandstand. What the freaking hell was my problem? I'm already a couple minutes in. I just screwed this up. I meant to say Percy saves the day. Yep, I have this on VHS, as well as the DVD, which is coming up next. Well, I'll explain something with the DVD version in a minute. Of Percy Saves the Day. Yeah, this one has the Foley one, has the Robert Hartshorn score in every season 7 episode, and they use the engine intermissions instead of using the name boards, the new series intro and end credits. Anyway, here's the DVD counterpart of Percy Saves the Day. Don't say the other thing again. Anyway, Percy Saves the Day. Now I'll explain something. I would like to get 2 identical DVD copies of this, Toss the Special Letter, and Trust Thomas. But unfortunately, I'll have to own Just a Big Day for Thomas on DVD twice anyway. Because of the double feature of Trust Thomas and it. Anyway, Percy Saves the Day is done. And before I get to the next release, guys, I'll be right back. Anyways, I'm back, guys. Now let's get on to the next release. Which is Toss and the Really Brave Engines. Yeah, VHS copies so rare, but luckily I'm getting this in a double feature, 2 double features with Toss the Toy Workshop. Well, that makes it even, because I can't even find that rare VHS of Thomas and the Really Brave Engines. Because it was the very last Anchor Bay VHS to come out in America, Toss and the Really Brave Engines. Anyway, yep, there's Toss the Really Brave Engines. Yeah, a cheaper way to get this on DVD is to get it in a double feature with Toy Workshop, which actually I'm actually going to get eventually soon. Okay, cool, Flick Lover returns. Hopefully you show the Season 7 episodic releases in order. Wait, Toss Real Revengeance is done. And hopefully just make sure nothing's giving you problems when you enter. Shut up, Cam! God, you pissed my fucking ass off! I am not getting terminated. I am staying on YouTube until I have to really retire from doing videos. God, you frick... And I'm sorry, I meant to say I respect your opinion on the Loud House. Damn it! Anyway, here's Toss. That's Toss Really Revengeance all done. Anyway, here's On Site with Thomas. Yep, just gonna get all these in. This and Trusty Friend's gonna get in 3 double features. Which I'll show you when I get to... I'll show you guys when I get to Thomas's Trusty Friends eventually. After I show the next release after this one. Anyway, here's Thomas's Halloween Adventures with 1 Season 7 episode, that being Bad Day at Castle Lock. Nothing is giving me problems. Flick Love returns us. Okay, good. Yep, here's this copy of Thomas's Halloween Adventures, which I want to show. But this, I'm explaining, yes, I want to get 2 other copies like this. Okay, Flick Love returns. I'm going to add you right now. Hopefully I don't see an echo effect. Let's do this right now.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Flick Love returns. Welcome to the stream showing Thomas Home Media Collection releases with Season 7 episodes. Right now we're at Thomas's Halloween Adventures, but hopefully you can catch up with starting with New Friends for Thomas. If you don't if you don't have New Friends for Thomas, that's fine.
I do have that.
Okay. I know it's probably the original release.
Yes. All the releases I have of Season 7 episodes are the originals.
But except with the release that is a missing Season 7 episode on the DVD from 2008, Mud Glorious Mud, which is yours is a Lionsgate print, unfortunately. But this, I'm explaining something as I hold the original Thomas's Halloween Adventures by itself. Yep, there's your New Friends for Thomas, which I showed way at the start.
Yeah, it's the only episodic release with Michael Angelis as the
Yeah. Yes, because next week from today is his 5th year contribution of his passing.
Wow. It's been
because he passed away
almost.
Almost, because next week on Friday will be his 5-year contribution of his passing away. Well, and last month was his heavenly 81st birthday. Here's this copy of Thomas's Halloween Adventures and the glow-in-the-dark slipcover version, which I'll get more bare copies of the original 2006 copy of Thomas's Halloween Adventures in a thick case. Well, I can get the slim case if I wanted to, because it makes sense. This is a DVD-only release. I can get it on DVD 4 times. Yeah, the 1 season 7 episode on Halloween Adventures is Badly at Castle Lock. Toss the jet engine. All right. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to show Thomas's Trusty Friends. Yep, I'm going to get this in the double feature, many double features with On Site with Thomas, the prequel to this release. Yep, there's Hooray for Thomas. All of them have the name boards in between the episodes, but despite the Robert Hartshorn scores in the episodes.
Kind of awkward, if you ask me.
Yeah, an oddball release, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Yep, Toss Trusty Friends. Which, yes, like I said, this is a DVD-only release. I could get these on DVD 4 times. Along with getting 3 copies of a DVD of a release that was originally on VHS. But this one I could get on the double feature, different versions of the double feature of this and On Site with Thomas. There's Percy Saves the Day, your copy on your screen. And I have 2 copies of Mud Glorious Mud. Well, because the season 7 episode on that release is Not So Hasty Cakes, or it's mistakenly called Thomas and the Avalanche. And here's the other Mud Glorious Mud copy with no slipcover, but that's fine. I'm going to put this with the Easter edition cover over this. But just to avoid the Lionsgate print altogether, I'm just going to put the Easter cover over this spare Anchor Bay copy with no slipcover. Oh, shoot. I think you might have dropped it, that. The DVD, rather.
Yeah, luckily the case was closed.
Yeah. Anyways, the last 3 releases in my side of the screen: Holiday Express with the season 7 episode Snow Engine, or it's called Oliver the Snow Engine. And you're showing Toss River of Engines on your side. There's my Holiday Express, which luckily I'm going to get this with 3 other versions of Holiday Express. The standalone thick case copy by Lionsgate, and 2 copies in these 2 packs. And the same thing with Greatest Stories. The 1 season 7 episode is Oliver the Snow Engine, or aka the UK title just Snow Engine.
Should On Site with Thomas be... Should I show that? Because it's kind of like season 7, because Jack and the Pack was produced.
Yeah. I said that because they're filmed just to make it longer. We could show pack releases with On Site with Thomas and Trusty Friends.
Here's the copy. That one works.
Hopefully, just give somebody your spare the spare slim case copy that's scratched up, and they can fix it. Oh, PD Productions, you're here. Hello to PD Productions. And you pause your TV. Okay. I'll let you in, and let's just see what happens.
Evening, gentlemen.
Hey, PD Productions, welcome to the stream with Thomas Home Media Collection, released with season 7 episodes. I'm just showing my last 2 compilations. I got last 2 compilations, which are Greatest Stories with Oliver the Snow Engine, and the last one I have was Engine Friends with Emily's New Coaches, Michael Brandon redub.
From PBS Kids airing number 2, Differences.
Yep.
Different. Anyways, how you boys doing?
Oh, amazing. I'm so excited for my birthday in 3 weeks. 3 weeks will be my birthday.
Nice. Anyways, so I just got back from seeing Mission Impossible.
Oh, you saw the new Mission Impossible? Please don't spoil it for me. I haven't seen the second to last Mission Impossible yet.
It's all right. This is the only one I saw.
Yeah. Anyway, there's Flick Love Returns is showing his slim case of On-Site with Thomas, which is unfortunately scratched up.
Yeah. Oh, sorry that. Oh, sorry. I'm watching Hulk.
Oh yeah, which one? The 2003 one or 2008 one?
2003.
Okay, some people say it was a horrible Hulk film. They prefer the 2008 version better.
I love both of them though.
Okay, well I haven't seen both of the Hulk films. I rather watch Hulk in all the Avengers films with all the superheroes in it anyway.
It's all right. Well, I love them both. My opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also but I only seen the first 2 Avengers movies. I have not seen the last 2 yet.
Definitely worth getting a try to get them on Blu-ray.
Yep.
You'll have a great time. You'll have a good luck finding the Blu-ray versions easily. They're found everywhere.
Yeah, I can tell. And Endgame is the only one I'm missing, but I have the first 3.
Okay, Infinity Wars I recommend trying out. You'll like Infinity War. You'll like Infinity War, trust me.
Yeah, I'm sure. And plus everyone loves Endgame.
Yeah, beautiful way to wrap up the Avengers quadrilogy altogether.
But no, that's not the final one because next year Avengers Doomsday comes out.
I'm thinking I'll see that because Endgame ended everything so good.
Oh, Doomsday! I can tell that's going to be packed because all the Avengers movies were packed and they were all busy movies. I saw the first 2 of them in theaters.
That's cool. Anyway, and Flick Love Returns is showing his Mud Glorious Mud DVD, which it is a Lionsgate print, but it's missing the front cover. We got Thomas the Avalanche, or it's supposed to be called Not So Hasty Cakes.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh no!
Oh what?
Oh no!
Oh what?
Oh no!
Oh what?
I just remember where my drums are.
Where?
After our last show, I gave them to my friend Bill O'Reilly to use as a school fund.
Yeah.
From Splash Big Red Boat, the Wiggles.
Yeah.
I've been listening to the Wiggles a lot lately for the past few days.
Yeah, and I also know an impression from anything in general. But anyway, yeah, I know this portion in the episode Thomas Bulgy writes again when Sir Tom Hat says, "Good news, Bulgy. I'm putting you back on the road. Thank you, sir. I'll be the best bus ever." Bulgy never liked being a hen house anyway. The next day, he went to the foundry. "Bulgy," exclaimed Thomas, "what are you doing here?"
I've noticed some people may not like Season 7 because of how they used the Season 8 music on PBS broadcasts.
Oh, I actually like it though, because I grew up with Season 7 like on PBS Kids and on Sprout.
Yeah, I can say that I grew up with most of it too, but I watched some of their dubs where the US dub with Michael Brandon, but it uses the old Mike and Jr. score. There's a way to look that up. You can watch those dubs on YouTube. Look up the episode with Michael Brandon, but use the original score music.
Which that would be from the Jet Engine DVD.
Yeah, I have that DVD version. I would like to find the VHS counterpart, as well as find the DVD in Totally Thomas Volume 8, and then that 6-disc pack, which comes with that Season 8 release, Steamies vs. Diesels. But also I want to show this, because I also could say it's the day that the live-action Lilo and Stitch comes to theaters, but I'm probably just going to not watch it, because
I might give it a chance, because right now it's getting positivity, and good thing it's definitely going to be better than the Snow White remake.
Yeah, but for me, I just prefer this animated version any day, because I like how it's original. Yeah, I just prefer all 4 of these animated films are just awesome in their own ways.
Agreed. I have that DVD as well as the original soundtrack.
I do have to get the 2009 DVD and just the 2009 DVD to put into this Blu-ray set, and I could just get the standalone DVDs of Stitch as a Glitch, the original Lilo and Stitch.
Here's the thing: that Blu-ray compact has no bonus features whatsoever.
But who cares? I just look at the bonus features on DVD.
Yeah, that's why I'm fine with the original 2002 DVD. I'm going to keep that copy.
Yeah, and of course I know this portion in Toy Story. Basically, after this says, "Who wants the who? Here comes the chips. I've got Cool Ranch and barbecue. Ow! What in the world? Ugh, I thought I told him to pick these up.
Can they be there right now? It's taking them so long.
Hey, these guys are professionals. They're the best. Come on. They're not lying down on the job. Just, go on without me. Just go.
A good soldier never leaves a man behind. Let's see.
Yeah, just like when the soldier said to Woody in the teaser trailer for Toy Story, but said way earlier in the film before the Strange Things song.
Right. And rest in peace to Sergeant R. Lee Ermey.
Yeah, the Ermey guy, he's remembered bestly for Sergeant. I remember having Toy Story on Blu-ray before he passed away.
Yeah, because he was an actor and a real-life sergeant. Like, he was best known for playing the Sergeant in Full Metal Jacket, Sergeant Hartman.
I've never seen Full Metal Jacket, that movie. I've heard...
I recommend it. It's one of the best war movies ever made.
Wait a minute. Wasn't he in the SpongeBob episode, The Inmates of Summer?
Yes, he was. Welcome to Volcano Island. What in the seven seas just assaulted my eardrums? Because I'm an unrequested sound dog? Well, must have been my imagination. And I can tell you, you're filming somewhere, so I have a very interactive imagination.
that's a good one, yeah. And of course, I know this impression from later on in Toy Story after he says, "Come in, Mother Bird. This is Alpha Bravo. Come in, Mother Bird."
This is it. Quiet.
Okay. Andy's opening the first present now.
What it would be like if Squidward was in the episode The Inmates of Summer.
Nah, it's that. I guess Paramount didn't have enough time. That the writers didn't have time to do it.
Well,
but he's in the sister episode in a flashback to save a squirrel. I know he's in the sister episode in a flashback sequence when
he says,
to save a squirrel." That's when he thought Sandy was in trouble, but she was in a rodeo game. Yeah, they travel all the way to Texas because that's where she's from.
Yeah, I know that. But anyway, yeah, we're trying to do this portion from Toy Story after Andy's opening the first present now.
Mrs. Potato. Hey, I can dream, can I?
The bow's coming off. He's ripping the wrapping paper. It's a lunchbox. We got a lunchbox here.
Lunchbox?
Lunchbox for lunch. Okay, second present. It appears to be, it's bed sheets.
Who invited that kid?
Yeah, who invited that kid is a great quote.
Yeah. Too. Let's see. This one. Let's see. Buzz Lightyear mission log. A local shared device seemed to be a huge refueling station of some sort.
You!
According to my Navicomputer.
Shut up! Just shut up, you idiot!
Hera, this is no time to panic.
This is the perfect time to panic. I'm lost. Andy is gone. They're gonna move from their house in 2 days, and it's all your fault.
My fault? You haven't pushed me out window in the first place.
Oh, yeah? Well, if you hadn't shown up your stupid little cardboard spaceship and taken away everything that was important to me...
Because I used the entire universe as a jeopardy.
What? What are you talking about?
And I poised everything out. The Emperor Zurg was secretly milling the weapons, capacity annihilate an entire planet. I alone have a mission that reveals his weapons. Only witness. You, my friend, are responsible for delaying my rendezvous with Star Command. Doing the recording session version.
Yeah. You are a toy. You are the real Buzz Lightyear. You're an action figure. You are a child's plaything.
You are a sad, strange little man. Yeah, my pity. Farewell.
Oh, yeah? Well, good riddance, you loony. Star Command.
Hey, gas, dude.
Talking to me? Pizza Planet. Andy. Oh, no. I can't show my face in that room without Buzz. Buzz, come back.
No way.
No, Buzz, you gotta come back. I found a spaceship. It's a spaceship, Buzz.
Come on, man, hurry up. Like, the pizzas are getting cold here.
Yeah, Cutting Boulevard.
Oh,
Yeah, which way? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You wanted to do something for Clover Returns? Joe, just
let's see. You remember this? Stop, you fool! You want to get infected? This is a job for the hazmat division.
Ooh.
the house.
Where's that from?
The house.
The hazmat division.
So
The
what-
house.
Is that what quote is that from?
Oh, that's from a SpongeBob episode called Fungus Among Us.
Ooh.
Ew, disgusting episode of SpongeBob. It's so gross.
What season's that from? 6?
5.
Oh, 5. Oh.
God, it's so gross. It's so
Oh.
gross. I don't want to watch it again.
Oh,
Yeah.
How
you
disgusting.
have
Yeah,
you have
that
some least
and the
favorite-
Splinter, they're both just as disgusting to watch.
Oh, you have some least favorite SpongeBob episodes?
So many to name. I just don't want to name them all off right now because
How about To Love a Patty?
Oh,
that one's fine. It was fun to see SpongeBob bebopping around with the Krabby Patty. It was kind of sweet, and in a way, I like the way he performed it.
Yeah, like here's the thing. The song that song there, it's called "I Can't Take My Eyes Off You," and here's the thing. I actually downloaded 3 SpongeBob songs in Rock Band 3 on on my Wii Shop channel, like back when with my Wii Shop channel points back when the Wii Shop channel was still around.
Yeah.
But now,
Hold on a second,
now it's
guys.
gone.
Hello there. Hello, CEO Enable. Oh, it's okay. Yeah, we're having lots of fun. Yeah, thanks for saying that. We're having lots of fun. We're just talking about stuff. I just finished showing Thomas so many releases with season 7 episodes. And
Anyways.
yes, we all know today's the day the live action Lilo and Stitch is in theaters. It just came out today, but I'm probably just gonna stay away from it because I think I'm gonna take a break from live action Disney remakes because I think I've had quite enough.
Oh, so you're kind of doing the same thing as me and Super Jack Store 1. And
Yeah,
Mr. Crizzy.
Yeah, all I say is the only live action remakes I like are Beauty and the Beast and Aladdin remakes.
And
I'm so shocked they're gonna make a Pocahontas remake. Come on.
I think Disney's gonna put live action remakes on hold after Lilo and Stitch. I would say good riddance.
Yeah, I think that might be their last time. But anyway, yeah, I was thinking also doing this impression. I think we could do this impression earlier on after they went to the gas station. Before they went to the gas station, but basically says, "Hey everyone, RC's trying to say something. What is it, boy?
And that this is no accident.
What do you mean, huh?
I mean, Humpty Dumpty was pushed.
No.
Woody.
What? What? Hey, you don't think I meant to knock Buzz out the window, do you, Potato Head?
That's Mr. Potato Head to you backstabbing murderer.
Oh, no, it was an accident, guys. Now you gotta believe me.
We believe ya, Woody. Right, Rex?
Well, I don't like confrontations.
Where's your honor, dirtbag? You are an absolute disgrace. You don't deserve to eat.
Yeah, that portion when he points and says, "You are an absolute disgrace," but he says, "A good soldier never leaves a man behind" in the trailer.
He says dirtbag. He says scumbag. That's what R. Lee Ermey said in real life.
Yeah, but he says dirtbag and Toy Story. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to do an impression. Yeah, I'm Gunnery Sergeant R. Lee Ermey. I'm your senior drill instructor. From now on, you will speak only when spoken to. And the first and last words out of your filthy sewers will be, "Sir, do you maggots understand that?"
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
That's like the opening. That's like the quote from Full Metal Jacket. Well, he says,
Yeah.
he says Sergeant Hartman, but in real life he just says his full name.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting, but anyway, yeah. Okay, now I'll try to see if I can do this now impression like this, or basically like when Buzz is, "They're gonna eat us, Buzz. Do something quick."
Close your eyes.
Huh?
I retorted before I left. It should be good now.
What, you idiot? You're a toy. Use your karate chop action.
Hey, how you doing that? Stop that.
Back, you savages, back.
Woody, stop it.
Sorry, guys, but dinner's canceled. There's no place like home. There's no place like home. There's no place like home. Oh.
Ain't never sound like cowboy. You're gonna get us killed.
Don't tell me what to do.
Shh.
And then, Yeah.
Yeehaw! Giddy up, partner! We gotta get this wagon train a moving.
You know, the
What up?
saying "Don't tell me what to do" kind of reminds me of Thomas. Stop telling me what to do. You are a very bossy engine.
Yeah, from Dopey Silly Billy from season 11 of Thomas. Oh, that's a horrible season 11 episode.
Yeah.
But after this quote, when Thomas has had quite enough of bossy Billy around, he goes, "Do whatever you like, Billy." Yay! But then Billy slowed down. Billy had run out of coal and water. But then at the end, he says, "Thomas, you're not a bossy engine. I really enjoyed working with you."
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, hey, you've seen the Wiggles TV series too, right? Some of them.
Yeah, some of them. Yeah.
Remember the Magic Greg segments where he's trying to coax the rabbit out of his hat?
Yeah.
He has a hard time, but there was an episode where he used Anthony's carrot cake to try to coax him out. It's like yum yum yum. Try a little bit of this.
Yeah. Or I could do this one after in Toy Story 2 where it says, "Oh, it's Buster!"
Oh, station just boom, boom, boom.
Woody, hide, quick.
Huh? You almost, I wonder if that's Frank Welker doing that sound.
I don't know.
Because
and of course, this is
Frank Welker did a lot of animal voices.
Yeah.
I think he did Scooby Doo in the live action Scooby, which came 3 years later after that movie.
And he also was Abu in Aladdin, as well as Curious George, and I think he also was Nevins in The Cat in the Hat live action movie, like his barking voice.
Yeah, I think.
What?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, Clam moved the oyster in the SpongeBob episode, "The Smoking Peanut."
Really? Oh, I remember that one from season 2.
Yeah, and he's like, "Open up! This is the police."
Yeah, a second.
Are you SpongeBob SquarePants?
Yes.
Put those eyeballs back in your head, son. We've got a few questions for you.
Okay.
Were you at the zoo on the day of the oyster incident?
Yes.
Did you or did you not take part in Zootide merriment?
Yes.
And are you familiar with
this peanut?
Yes.
I just have one more question. Is it true that you were at the oyster's lair with the Mr. Patrick Star?
Yes, it's all true. The oyster, the peanut.
That's all we need to know, son. Let's book him.
Oh,
I'm the one you want. I'm the criminal.
And says, "Wait, here's the real criminal. Top of the day. Oh, Mr. Crab." Oh,
Well,
Yes.
I can imagine what it would be like if Plankton was the one that stole it. That would have also worked if Plankton was the one stealing it.
Because he's trying to steal the Krabby Patty secret formula.
Yeah. Either that or Squidward.
Right.
Squidward doesn't steal the formula. He's on Mr. Krabs' side as always.
I know he doesn't steal the formula, but I'm saying is either that or Squidward could have stolen the oyster pearl.
Yeah, well, that item, but anyway. Yeah, and I know this. I do know this impression very well off the top of my head. Basically, where it goes, "It's engine, Fergus. Whatever are you doing out here?"
Ooh, is that from Fergus Breaks the Rules?
Yeah, A.K. tossed the search for Fergus on the DVD Really Brave Engines, but on TV they said Fergus Breaks the Rules.
I think it was on, wasn't it? I think it was on the last season 9 PBS Kids airing, I think. Or
No, it's on 20. It's on 24 Bravery with Scarlowy the Brave and Bold. Yeah, Bold and Brave and Scarlowy the Brave. Yeah.
Gotcha. Oh, right. Gotcha.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. And I also know this very well. Yeah. Is this? Hey, what are you doing? It's all right, Sheriff. I trust you.
Ooh, from Cars. Yeah.
Yeah,
trust.
yeah.
It's him I'm worried about.
I trust him. Come on, let's take a drive.
A drive?
Yeah, drive. Don't you big city race cars ever take a drive?
No. No, we don't.
Yep. And it says, hey, Stickers, you coming or what? It says, and you thought he was gonna run.
Could you believe it, man? He actually thought Doc was a famous race car.
Oh.
So wise.
Yeah. And also, yeah.
Let's see. Let me at that one. How's this? Go from Fantastic Four. You want to be scared? Fight!
Oh! We're not going to be able to get past these guys, but you can. Sorry about the truck, pal. Come on. You want a little help here? Want to hit the button? Stuck. Sue, your clothes. Lose them. And she takes off her clothes, which is kind of, can be disturbing to kids in a PG-13 film. This is so wrong.
The new Fantastic Four movie, Fantastic Four: The First Step, is coming out this summer.
It is the first Fantastic Four episode.
Well, I think the first movie in like 10 years since that god awful 2015 one.
I hope it's as good as the original.
Yeah,
like
the original and Rise of Silver Surfer.
Yeah, I know those two. Yeah,
but everyone hates the 2015 one.
Yeah, I tried it once and it was just god awful as hell.
Anyway. I refuse to watch that shitty one. Let's see.
Wait.
Time.
It's a classic, isn't it? Clobber. Oh, that was the prototype. I can't let you do that.
And then
read.
Hey, it's clobber time.
Sorry, ladies. Pull over.
Yeah, and you probably heard like for that movie in 2005, they made so many toys for that. Like they made the Thing hands and the Thing feet, as well as the Human Torch mask and gloves set. You probably seen the commercial for that, and they didn't. The Thing hands, they didn't really sell too good. They didn't do too good in toy sales. I don't think because
I don't understand that
because the Hulk hands sold way better. The Hulk hands did a better selling because the Thing hands kind of like the predecessor to the Hulk hands, but just for the Thing. Like the Hulk hands, I'm talking about the 2003 ones by Toy Biz from the Eric Bana one.
Yeah, and okay, yeah, I also do know this impression also very well off the top of my head. Is this? They don't call this the old abandoned mine for nothing, Prospector. I reckon we ought to get out of here.
Where's my goat? I might make a pay. First fast burning wind.
Blast us to smithereens. There's dynamite.
Holy tarnation!
I'll call for help. Yodelay hee ho. Hey, critters, go get Sheriff Woody. Now scurry.
For Toy Story 5 next year, I think it's gonna have a big focus on Jesse.
The Toy Story 2 was on Buzz and the rest.
Yeah, well, I'm sure Buzz will still be in it, but I think Jesse might be the main focus in Toy Story 5.
Well, if it says that there was a mid-credit scene in Toy Story 4, it might have something to do with her.
Yeah, and I'm sure Toy Story 5 be as successful as the first four. Plus, Andrew Stanton is directing Toy Story 5.
Yeah, and and of course it says, all right, next tape. It says, hey, what happened? What happens next? Come on, let's see the next episode.
That's it.
What?
The show is canceled after that.
Wait. What about the gold mine and the cute little critters and the dynamite? That was a great show. I mean, why cancel it?
Two words. Sputnik. Once the astronauts went up, children only wanted to play with space toys.
I know how that feels. But still, my own show. I mean, look at all this cool stuff. Anyway, yeah.
I'll show off something.
Okay. Luckily, anything can be shown, yeah. Because, I mean, yeah, anything. I just said that because live action Lilo and Stitch is out today, or just anything in general. Shrek, the original Shrek. I love that DVD version. Yep.
Yeah, and didn't you donated this, right?
I remember having that, but I should have kept it in the first place because I realized.
Because I think I saw a video. I think I saw a video is where where you were putting to get rid of some stuff, and I think this was one of them because were you trying to upgrade it to like Blu-ray or something?
Yeah, I'm trying to get rid of some of the stuff because I also remember I said getting rid of that god awful Hostel DVD. That's a horror movie which I don't like.
If you can, I recommend rebuying this DVD for collection purposes.
Well, that'll figure that. Well, I'll figure that out once all the Shrek 5 films, all the 5 Shrek films get on Blu-ray. I'll figure it out with that DVD.
Yeah, it's up to you if you want to rebuy or not. Your choice, actually.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. I just like to even my formats out on aspect ratios on formats. But anyway,
understandable. Yeah, DreamWorks' 5th animated film ever made, and I think this is going to be like the second best movie 2001 next to Harry Potter. I think.
Yep, and the Sorcerer's Stone.
What? That's not 2001.
It is 2001. Sorcerer's Stone is 2001.
Yeah, Sorcerer's Stone. Yeah, excuse me. I thought you said Store the Stone for a sec. So yeah, Sorcerer's Stone. Yeah, excuse me.
It's okay. It's right. Sorcerer's Stone.
Yep, that's right. Mm-hmm. The first chapter.
Yeah.
Of Harry Potter. So yeah, yeah. That's. I think it's like the number 1 movie of 2001, and this one's probably number 2, and I think Monsters Incorporated is number 3. I think, but this and Monsters Incorporated are my favorite movies of 2001.
Yeah, but because the Sorcerer's Stone came out in late 2001 in theaters, it actually got a DVD release in 2002.
Correct, because movies like that get released during the holidays get released on home media like a few months later or like the year after.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and here's the thing. Harry Potter Sorcerer's Stone came out just a couple weeks after Monsters Incorporated. Yeah.
Yeah. And as for the month in 2002, that DVD was released on May 28th of that year.
Which one?
The Sorcerer's
Harry Potter.
Stone.
Sorcerer's Stone. Oh yeah, May 28th. So in May of that year. So and then, I wonder if the DVD ever had a sneak preview at Chamber of Secrets Chapter 2. Probably not.
No, I don't think it did.
Because I don't think the trailer was even put out for that until that summer. I think.
It's hard to tell anyway.
What if I was shown in theaters or like Lilo and Stitch or something? Maybe.
That's possible, but anyway. Okay. And I was also trying to say, yeah, this impression I know very, very well off the top of my head.
Take it away.
Yeah. Anyway. This is all right. But first thing in the morning. Duh! It's gone! I can't believe it. My arm is completely gone.
It's a pop seam, easily repaired. Consider yourself lucky.
Lucky? Are you shrink wrapped? I am missing my arm. Big deal. Let him go. I'm sure his precious Andy is dying to play with a one-armed cowboy doll.
Why, Jesse, you know we wouldn't last on our street in this condition. Dangerous world out there for a toy. Oh, and I'll show a couple albums on CD.
Yeah, you said something about the Lilo and Stitch CD, so you said that earlier.
Yeah, but these are 3 albums by a band I like, and it's Sonic related.
Yep, there's the Crush 40 album right now.
Their self-titled album.
Yeah, that's their album of Crush 40. I've never met the band themselves. No.
Well, I got these 3 CDs I got online, but they all shipped from Japan because they weren't sold in the U.S. And Sega's a Japanese American rock group since Sega Wavemaster Records owns them. That's because Sega made the Sonic games.
Speaking of something about Sega, I actually know this impression from the Sonic the Hedgehog, the original first Sonic the Hedgehog live action film, where basically when Eggman says severely to Tom, "One,
wait, don't hurt him."
Wah!
So, anyways, on this album, it's got 2 songs from Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 from Sonic Adventure 2, and the other, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, and the other 7 songs are from NASCAR Arcade.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, and I also. Yep. What's your saying, Flick Low Returns? All
right. PD, when you mentioned Scooby-Doo earlier, the original voice of Scooby-Doo was done by Don Messick.
Oh, and then then I'm guessing Scott Innes was the next one. I think.
Yeah. Well, Don Messick, he was in a bunch of Hanna-Barbera cartoons. He was not just in Scooby-Doo, but he was also in the Flintstones and the Jetsons, where he was the strong baby Bam Bam, and he was also Astro in the Jetsons, and I think that's what inspired Don Messick to do his Scooby-Doo voice.
Nice. Anyways, so yeah, this is a compilation, best of Crush 40 Supersonic songs. It's got some Sonic songs on here, and a couple from NASCAR arcade. I think like it has "I Am All of Me" from Shadow and Never Turn Back.
Yeah, and I also know this impression towards the end of the first Sonic the Hedgehog live action film says, "Can I give you one genius piece of advice? Don't run. It'll make things worse. It's bad for your joints. They tried it."
Nice.
Yeah, just all right, Eggman. You want to go fast? Let's go fast.
Nice. This is my power. I'm not using it to run away anymore. I'm using it to protect my friends. Guess what, Eggman? I'm not leaving Earth.
Yeah.
You are.
Well, first it says, "Donut Lord?"
Oh, Donut. There we go.
And this is, "Now you done it."
Yeah, now you're there. Guess what, Eggman? I'm not leaving Earth. You are. And also, all right. So that's.
This is, whoa. This is, hey, don't keep pushing people off a building anymore. Promise?
Promise. Oh, and here's the last Crush 40 album I have. Their latest album, Driving Through Forever, which came out in 2019. This one includes Green Light Ride from Team Sonic Racing.
Oh, that's cool.
And
I have that on Switch, Team Sonic Racing.
And plus, not only comes with a CD, it comes with a DVD as well.
Okay, that's a cool combo pack off to hunt down one of these days. But like I said, I think that's only in Japan, or if this came to the US.
Yeah, I think it's only in Japan, but it might take a month or so to ship. And also, their albums might be a little expensive.
That's what you have to risk when you're buying stuff online. It takes a while to ship it, but anyway.
Yeah, I don't understand why Crush 40 albums are expensive. It's fucking ridiculous. And,
yeah.
They're mostly only for Sonic fans.
Yeah, and I also know that, this impression, of course, very well is this. That's for last bullseye. First class all the way.
Hey guys.
Yeah, PD Productions.
I'm gonna go.
Okay. Thanks for being on for a little bit.
No problem. Have a good night, guys.
Sure.
Good night.
Good night. Okay. Okay, it's just you and me, Flickle Returns, unless somebody else comes in. But... Okay, as you wanted to say something, go ahead.
Yeah. Let's hope maybe let's say Jake Martin might come later. Who knows?
Well, are you saying, like, do you have some stuff to do right now, or do...
No, I'm not saying that at all. But
well, keep my fingers crossed, because I mean, but let's just keep my fingers crossed, and if we'll just see what happens. But anyway, as I was trying to say, we could do anything as long as it's Thomas, Dragon Tales, anything else. Because I actually got to say this now, well, yeah, I kind of like the engine Arthur and Thomas and Friends a little bit better than a character Arthur in the PBS Kids show, because at least in the Thomas show, Sir Topham Hatt, the father figure, listens to Arthur very well.
But in the series, they usually blame him for the stuff DW has done.
That is so BS. They usually, whenever the usual kid does it wrong, they have to do it on the actual kid. But luckily in the Thomas show, when Arthur asks Sir Topham Hatt politely, "Can I run on the fishing village line all the time?" And Sir Topham Hatt says, "Sure, the line is his," and that makes Arthur happy. There was never a time Arthur the Engine got in trouble in the show in Thomas and Friends. Well, he technically got himself into a mess thanks to a trick from Thomas. Basically, when he says, "Beep, beep, What a mess, puffed Thomas. Sir Topham Hatt was very annoyed. Or Sir Topham Hatt was very annoyed. What happened here? The trucks were singing. I told them to stop, but they made me go too fast. Please, sir, it's my fault. Thomas told Sir Topham Hatt what he had done. Like that one, yes, he chuckles at Arthur's thing, but he tells Thomas severely, you must help clear up the mess.
I think there's another line, let's say from season 7. If you won't cross the old bridge, you must stay here and let shut freight cars. I can't have engines who won't do as they're told.
Sorry, sir, said Scarloey sadly. Our in this scene in Edward's frustrating says, please, sir, pleaded Edward, will the fitters be finished soon?
Not soon enough. And the band can't wait. I'm sorry, Edward. Bertie will take the brass band.
Edward felt worse than ever. Or like in this portion, towards the end of What's the Matter with Henry, was says, well done, Emily. Thank you, sir, said Emily. Then he spoke to Henry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like after Percy says, we didn't think you were really sick, added Percy. Go back and collect Henry's freight cars, said Sir Topham Hatt sternly.
Yeah. Yeah. Or what about, I want you to go to the docks to pick up new coaches.
New coaches? But sir...
Really useful engines don't argue,
said Sir Topham Hatt. Thomas didn't want new coaches. He wanted Annie and Clarabelle back. And when Oliver saw Emily returning to the yards, he was surprised. Those are Thomas's coaches.
So that's why he looked cross.
Explained Emily.
Go and apologize.
Or like in this portion of the Dragon Tales Season 2 episode that aired on that tragic day of 2001, but basically, versus Max, what have you done? Quetzal set it on slow so the clay would dry. You ruined all our work. Yep, from Art of Patience.
And let me see. Let's see. Perfect! That was our only ball!
Perfect, that was our only ball. That's a Dragon Tales episode as well, but it's for just a different season episode.
No, it's from the same season, but it's from an earlier episode that season.
Okay.
I'll give you a hint.
Okay.
I'll give you a hint. I don't want to be... If I was just this much taller, I would have been big enough.
Oh. From One Big Wish from season 2.
Parachute. There will be lots of sun, with a high of 84 degrees Fahrenheit and a low of 49 degrees.
Oh, that was just...
There's a fire weather watch in effect on Saturday.
Forgot to turn it off.
12 p.m. to 8 p.m.
Sorry. I meant to turn it off, but... Oh, that was just the weather report.
Okay, I thought that was the Alexa.
That was the weather report on my Alexa.
Oh shoot! You should have turned that off.
I meant to turn that off, but I was pretty distracted from all the impressions.
It's okay. We all forget to do stuff. It's okay. But anyway, I know this impression very well. It's just you're not afraid of butterfrogs, aren't you, Ord? It's from Have No Fear when Emmy explains to Ord, you're not afraid of dragon butterfrogs, aren't you?
Yeah, and let's see. There is. I think there's another part of it. She caught my corn, and worse than that, she scared me.
Oh yeah, that same portion of a different portion of Have No Fear, but it's the same episode. Or how about the catch to this portion of the episode, Cassie the Green-Eyed Dragon Flickler returns, when all of them, after they say, Cassie comes up very angrily to her friends by the third strike and says, hey, I got all the way up to 20, but nobody saw you. I could be Cassie, Emmy, and Finn for all this, but the only one you'll be is, or maybe it could be Ord and Emmy for this, but I'll be Cassie and Finn, who says, hey, I got all the way up to 20, but nobody saw. You were all watching Finn. Oh!
Sorry, Cassie.
It's just that Finn's ruined everything. He spoiled Circle Time and smashed my castle. I wish I never have brought him to school with me. I know Emmy says it's okay, Cassie, little brothers can be a pain. I know it.
Yeah. And then I think there's another part where, let's see. I think there's one portion where Zach goes, hey!
Or basically, I wish I had a cute brother.
Hey!
Just kidding. Yeah, and he laughs.
Yeah.
Okay. And I know this one, and this also could be, we could do Thomas or anything else. I know this portion from a Thomas episode was, but Core Gordon felt very undignified.
What
will Sir Topham
Hat say?
He groaned. Ha 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 ha. He found out soon enough.
Well, Gordon,
said Sir Topham Hatt.
You wanted to show Salty a thing or two, and you've certainly have done that. You showed him how silly it is to ignore go-slow signs.
Sorry, sir, said Gordon. A lot of sad. We should steam. Yeah, or unlike this portion when Percy gets carried on a flatback back to the sheds in Percy's Chocolate Crunch. Back at the shed. I don't know who we split up with the characters telling off Percy what he looks like in chocolate. First with Tom says, you look good enough to eat, after the narrator said everyone thought it was very funny.
Yeah, alright. You look good enough to eat.
Thomas hooted. Bon Bon Percy, teased James.
Chocolate ice on wheels.
Chipped in Henry. Disgraceful, said Gordon pompously. Said a stern-sounding voice. It was Sir Topham Hatt.
You've had a trying day, Percy.
Yes, sir, said Percy from beneath the chocolate.
But you showed us all that usefulness does come before cleanliness. So, you shall have your wash down.
Oh, sir.
And a new coat of paint.
Percy just beamed. Okay. And of course, I know that I was trying to do this portion from the Dragon Tales episode of season 2 that aired on the same day, that tragic day of 2001, that dramatic 2001 day we don't talk about. Basically, it says, Max, what have you done? Quetzal set it on slow so the clay would dry. You ruined all our work.
Yeah, that was, you told me that it was from the Art of Patience.
Or I could do this a different portion, but from the same episode, which is yellow for me, blue for me. I love pink. Green is keen.
Anyway,
Wait.
I think I have a. You might remember this.
Yep, I'm listening.
All right.
I'm just listening. Just taking care of something.
what I'm going to do to make my friends play with me again. I know. I'm going to talk to Quetzal.
Oh yeah, Ords and Happy Birthday. That's the normal episode. Don't love this. Do you think she's gonna leave again?
Oh, no way. I'm just kidding.
Hurry up so we
Hurry
can.
up so that we can play again.
Definitely. Yeah, Tails, you lose. But we came up with the thing. We did musical chairs, but it's a different. But the episode's called the family episode title's called Heads You Win. I think we did this years ago. Flick Love Returns 3 years ago to be exact. But it was on your side. We did the musical chairs portion, but it's a different one. We haven't done. I'm sure we haven't done this in years to be exact.
Let's see.
I think like when there's only 2 people left in the game, and
Let's see. The winner is Enrique.
oh, that is awesome! I won.
Yeah, you stayed in the game longer than the rest of us.
Yeah. or I think this is portion. I don't know who should have like the pet. Like how could they do like a dragon cat take care of it as a pet? So like Wheezy's Hairball's the one with the bouncing baby boy or dog named Slurpee. I don't know what we should do but they're taking care of a cat this time. That's gonna be a tricky one to think of. What should do a dragon creature as a cat? Flick Love Returns, but they're taking care of it, just like in the normal Wheezy's Hairball original episode. But who could be the one caring for the cat? The dragon cat, basically. It could be down to either Ord or Cassie doing the cat.
Ord would have been cute.
Okay, and hold on, who's trying to get? Oh, Jake Martin's here. Okay, hopefully, Jake Martin, check something around your house. Check around your house, making sure nothing's bothering us or any of that stuff. Or make sure to don't say anything wrong the second I add you, or don't make sure there's nothing in the background giving me problems. I think he's trying to say no. Flick Love Returns.
Okay, so that's good.
Okay, let me just add him right now. In 3, 2, 1, now.
Hi!
Hey, Jake Martin, welcome to the stream showing Thomas Home Media Collection releases with the final classic season ever, season number 7.
Yippee! Oh. Hey there.
Jake Martin.
there goes me doing Elmo's impression. Yep, yes indeed. Season 7 of Thomas and Friends.
The last of the classic series before we went on to the hit era of... Yep. So far, I did every single Thomas Home Media product, and you have a couple of them.
Yeah.
Well, I only have 3, so...
Yep, that's New Friends for Thomas on VHS.
Which only
Has
has
those
5, so...
4 episodes of season...
4, I meant to say that.
We're not counting songs, I'm just talking about season 7 stuff in general, anyway.
Yeah, and here's Percy Saves the Day on DVD.
All of us have that DVD. I know you're missing the VHS counterpart.
Yeah.
Mine's a slim case version.
Mine is not. So.
Mine's both me and Jake Barnes copies thick.
Yeah. And here's Mud, Glorious Mud, which only has Thomas and the Avalanche, even though it's not so hasty cakes.
Or it's mistitled Thomas and the Avalanche, which doesn't make sense. Because there's no avalanche in the episode. Okay.
I think a better title for it would be Thomas and the Cake Delivery.
I guess it's fine, but I guess the title was too long, so Hit Entertainment just said Not So Hasty Cakes. Yep, I guess I'll show you some stuff, Jake Martin. I will just tell you this, well, I'll show you this, since live action Lilo and Stitch is just came out to theaters today, but I'm probably not going to watch it. I'm probably just going to stick with the animated ones. Here's my DVD of Lilo and Stitch. And here is my Blu-ray copy of Lilo and Stitch. But I did bring these Season 8 releases to show you, Jake Barn, which I know Steamies vs. Diesels, you and I both have on VHS, and I have the DVD counterpart as well. There is some Season 7 footage at the beginning of the episode Percy's New Whistle. When the title card pops up, there's that tunnel from Oliver the Snow Engine.
Yep, right before Oliver was about to come out of that tunnel.
Yeah, but they just cut it to show just the tunnel when the episode's starting. But then, of course, I know in the Edward the Great episode on Its Great Speed Engine, there's stock footage from Gordon Spencer. But it's different. But when Michael Brandon explains about Spencer, it's much different. When he explains who Spencer is about, he says Spencer is big and silver and very fast. While in Gordon and Spencer, but in Gordon and Spencer,
and even though Spencer has silver buffers, but since stock footage was used, he has bronze buffers.
Yeah, it's a similar thing with Emily, the Emerald Engine. For some reason, I don't know what Hit Entertainment was the problem with Emily and Spencer's models in Season 7 and 8 onwards. Yeah. And, of course, I know in another thing in the It's Great Speed Engine, and also the music video for A World Around You, Jake Barn, there's Thomas passing the lighthouse from What's the Matter with Henry when they sing the lyrics, "We'll whistle past the lighthouse." Yep, it's at the beginning of What's the Matter with Henry. Or when they sing the lyrics in A World Around You, when they sing "Gleaming red and white, we'll leave the sheds at Tidmouth." There's Percy leaving the sheds from James and the Queen of Sodor. And there's Toby on the whatever you call it line when they sing. Well, this is like towards the end of the extended version, and if you listen to the shortened version on It's Great to Be an Engine, there's him on this one walkway track from Toby and the Windmill. And then there's James coming out of the one set of tunnels from the beginning of What's the Matter with Henry. There is. I do have the Dinosaurs and Discoveries DVD, Jake Barn, but you're missing that, and Flick Love Returns is missing that. The one season and the Season 7 episode that they call back in Emily Saves the World from Season 7 is Duncan's flashback, the runaway elephant from Season 7. Well, basically when Tom Stewart voicing Duncan said, "The most exciting delivery of all was a big elephant statue on a flatbed." And then Rheneas said his special exciting delivery was Rheneas and the Dinosaur from Season 9. I guess we can also explain this, Jake Martin. I do know that if I were to find, if I were to get the Warner Brothers copy of Top of the Tots, which I doubt it would, even though it's cool to have them on DVD, like different variations of the Wiggles releases with Greg, I could get different DVD variations of Wiggly Safari, which I didn't bring the Wiggly Safari DVD with me. If I found the 20th Century Fox reprint and the Warner home video copy of Wiggly Safari on DVD, because there's nothing wrong in that video. Because I actually like the part with Anthony doing this portion with Captain Feathersword in one segment of Wiggly Safari. Basically, he goes, after he says ahoy there, Captain Feathersword, but he says, Captain, it's raining on me.
Pretend wave, pretend rain!
Well, if you think the rain is... Wait till you see the pretend tidal waves.
Oh, Anthony, you think the rain is very real? Wait till you see the pretend tidal wave! Yeah!
Wow!
Wow!
Wow, Captain, that was a really good tidal wave. Yeah. Yeah. Actually, I wouldn't mind having the... I don't think I wouldn't mind actually having the Warner home video prints, only because they're in this box set, Jake Barn. That's one of them being Wiggly Wiggly World and the other being Wiggly Safari. I think another one was Wiggle Bay for sure.
Yeah, Wiggle Bay.
So it's Wiggle Bay, Wiggly Wiggly World, and Safari. I actually wouldn't mind getting the... Yeah, because also, like I said, I don't want to get Wiggle Time on DVD 3 times. I'm going to stick with just the one DVD copy. But of course, I know... Actually, this is something funny, Jake Barn. I know I could do this to actually... Because you know how I should have actually gotten used to having the 51st dates on Blu-ray with Canadian text, because I've realized Blu-rays from Canada, or DVDs from Canada and North America are both Region 1. So actually I could get the Canadian copy of the Adventure Pack, but I know both of us never want to get the Canadian copy, even though they are Region 1 like United States DVDs.
Uh-huh.
But even though I like how Canadian DVDs, they are Region 1 like North America, which I like.
True.
That's what I wanted. So I could, basically, if I could do this, Jake Barn, I could get both Canadian versions of the Steam Team collection, plus the United States copy, and if I were to get 4 copies of Santa's Little Engine on DVD, then I could have the even versions of the Michael Brandon dub of Snow Tracks from Season 13 and the Mark Morgan redub. But, well, basically, I could also do that for the Season 18 one with the Christmas Engines 4 times, because we were missing 2 Season 18 episodes on DVD in the United States. Yes, that's true, CO1 and Abel. So if I got the Canadian versions of the different versions of the Steam Team collection, I could get Splish Splash Splosh on DVD 4 times to have the Michael Brandon dub on DVD 4 times of Snow Tracks, and the Mark Morgan redub with Santa's Little Engine 4 times. Yeah. So, and another thing, like, I could also, even though I just need 1 copy of the Adventure Pack, Jake Barn, because that really makes sense, because I want to get basically the Valentine's Day Mad Egg frame and the Easter packaging of Railway Friends separately. Or basically, I could just, like I said, just get another copy of the Adventure Pack, but it's in a standard DVD case. Because when I looked up on the Thomas Wikipedia, it says that the Adventure Pack that comes in a Wooden Train bonus pack, they listed the DVDs out of order, but on the thicker case with a slipcover, they put it in the correct order of the DVDs when they came out originally. Which was so strange. But when I get the Adventure Pack in a smaller 4-disc DVD case, I'll just take it out of the box to make sure it's displayed in the proper order. That way I could just have 2 copies of the Adventure Pack and some of the Season 12 DVDs independently. Or if I was really sneaky, Jake Martin, I could do my Thomas Home Media Collection all over again in my kids section of my Home Media Collection on DVD, but put Canadian DVDs in there. But, of course, I want to avoid putting Canadian Lionsgate re-releases. Avoid those!
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And
basically, yeah.
Apparently, they're called Lion Cub in Canada.
Yeah, but here in the United States, it's Lionsgate, basically. But even though it's still anchor bay for both North America and Canada, basically. Oh, that's cool, COR Enable, but I could actually get some of those Canadian Thomas DVDs just to make the collection bigger, but I could do this, like I said, the 2 Canadian versions of the Steam Team collection. That could help me get the 4 even versions of Michael Brandon original version of Snow Tracks and the Mark Morgan version on Santa's Little Engine 4 times. Even though, yes, we all like the Michael Brandon one better of Snow Tracks when the snowball rolls down towards Thomas.
Who said I'm so many? You Cam the
So
Loud
what?
House fan 2013's backup channel. Don't say that.
Oh my god. I told him, mate, I was trying to apologize to him, saying I do not care for the Loud House too much.
Nobody likes the Loud House. I don't. Oh my gosh.
A couple Nickelodeon shows I like are SpongeBob, Rugrats. I'm thinking about Nicktoons, basically. SpongeBob, Rugrats, All Grown Up, the spinoff to it, or even Jimmy Neutron, Boy Genius,
Exactly.
and even Barnyard,
and
even the Barnyard series called Back at.
Well, yeah, of course, Barnyard, even though I do like the movie with Otis the cow being voiced by Kevin James.
Yeah, well, happy belated birthday to Kevin James, but yeah, I do not want to hear a single word about the Loud House. I was way too old for that Nicktoon. But anyways, let's just keep. I know this has been going on for so long, Jake Martin. So let's just forget this accident ever occurred, and let's talk about some.
Man, that Cam the Loud House fan needs a timeout. He needs to go, like, leave.
Like, basically, after Diesel gets told off by Sir Tom, when Diesel worries with his eyebrows pointing up, after Sir Topham had said, "Please shunt her to the Diesel Works for repair immediately." I should do that like that. And he says, "But sir," and he says, "Now, Diesel." And then Tom says, "That was lucky." It says, "And Paxton, I don't know why you are following Diesel about. You should be working at the quarry." "Of course, sir. I'm sorry, sir. Sorry. And I should be working on my branch line, but I have to see Luke first." Because, Thomas was hiding underneath the bridge from the scene when he saw Diesel talking to Sir Topham Hatt in Blue Mountain Mystery. And, okay, but now as I was trying to say, Jake Martin, I know... let me grab that Lady and the Tramp DVD. This version. Yeah, I know you're going to actually stay away from the 2012 DVD of Lady and the Tramp, because it has no slipcover. What's going on? Oh, okay, you're just telling him time.
Yeah. Similar to what?
The similar thing I did the full quote from Lady and the Tramp 2 Scamp's Adventure when Scamp got in trouble by Jim Deere for trekking model for the house. He's gone too far, but basically I'll just be Junior's for this one. Yeah, basically Jim Deere first yells out Scamp and "Oh no, what a mess," and Junior's "Oh."
I got it. "Oh no, what a mess."
Uh-oh.
"This time you've gone too far. You've left me no choice."
"Some dogs have to learn the hard way. Maybe chaining you up will teach you a lesson." Yeah, it is a cool 2-disc DVD edition of the first Lady and the Tramp COR and Able, which I'm going to keep for my home media collection because it looks so pretty. Because it's got some bonus features that weren't even carried over to the other Blu-ray releases. But I'm curious to see what will happen if Lady and the Tramp, the original, gets released on a 4K this year for the 70th anniversary. If they release that on a 4K, I'll be so surprised. I'll have to wait and see if it will get released in a 2-movie pack with Scamp's Adventure. Well, we'll see what happens once the 70th anniversary of Lady and the Tramp comes out, the original, basically. But we were doing the quote from the second one, Scamp's Adventure, which, yes, I said I liked better so many times, more better than the original.
I think that film is going to turn 70 years
Yeah, 70. 70, yeah, 70 next month. Less than a month from today. Less than a month from yesterday, actually. Because I'm doing this on the day that the live-action Lilo and Stitch is out today. Less than a month from yesterday, it's coming up.
Wow.
The 70th. I know what I'm actually might do for the anniversary of the first Lady and the Tramp. Show off everything I have of that thing. Maybe. Well, I'll figure that out. Anyway. And I also know for this fact check barn, I'm gonna get 2 more standalone 2006 DVD copies of Thomas's Halloween Adventures in a standard DVD case, but make sure it's not the Lionsgate print, the Anchor Bay one, like this one I have. But I can also get the slim case version. I'm surprised you're gonna get the slim case of Thomas's Halloween Adventures, which I'm gonna get soon as well.
Well, I was gonna get it with a Happy Halloween Caboose toy. So
yeah, I might get it too. Well, if I find it for a good deal, if not, I'll just find the Halloween Caboose standalone by itself and find the slim case by itself.
But I gotta be aware about the glitter. So getting it in my hand. So
it's only on the Wooden Train bonus pack of the box versus the 2007 slipcover.
Yeah,
but you can use something like shrink wrap bags. Basically, you could use some portion to just use a knife to cut off most of the shrink wrap, but you could just use this to open the flap, so you don't have to worry about touching the glitter, but leave the shrink wrap on.
True.
Yeah, like I said, you could find shrink wrap bags on the internet, basically to reseal DVDs shut again. I'm pretty sure they have them for like Thomas DVDs in big boxes for DVDs. I'm pretty sure they do. You just have to look up the right size. Which I'm trying to do for my Thomas's Halloween Adventures 2007 slipcover. So I can reseal it back shut. So I can basically just cut off this portion of the shrink wrap and I don't have to worry about the glitter getting on my fingers.
Yeah.
I know it can be bothersome, but anyway. Here's the 101 Dalmatians Platinum Edition DVD. Luckily, I said I'm going to keep this version of the full screen with its full screen on playing DVD with this version of 101 Dalmatians. But also, I'm trying to do something really cool, Jake Barn. Well, it might happen once the 70th anniversary of Lady and the Tramp comes out and they put it on a 4K or maybe. But anyway, I could put the 2012 DVD, the standalone 2012 DVD disc into my Blu-ray set. Yep, it's a cool, great Platinum Edition indeed, COR Enable. I do like that version of 101 Dalmatians on Platinum Edition DVD. Way better than the limited issue DVD, in my personal opinion. Because like I said, I like all the cover variations of 101 Dalmatians, where basically Pongo and Perdita are adult puppies, but I don't like how on the 99 VHS they look like teenagers. Yeah, I don't know what Disney's problem was.
Maybe it was an animation error or something.
But all the versions of 101 Dalmatians I have, including that Diamond Edition Blu-ray, which I also have, but I didn't bring it with me. But anyway, and I also know that... Yeah, I know what you said when you get on site with Thomas Shake Barn. It's going to be in a standard case. Hopefully it's a standard case, but not a Wooden Train bonus pack with Rickety or Jack.
Yeah, I'm getting it without any toys, like either Rickety or Jack.
Because what's so bizarre on the Wooden Train bonus pack box is that they list George. Yeah, I don't like how it says George Carlin on the back, but George Carlin's not the narrator of On Site with Thomas.
It's Michael Brandon who does that instead.
Exactly. Should they render a storyteller Michael Brandon bubble? Like, seriously?
I guess Anchor Bay didn't have a way to fit Michael Brandon's name in the bubble, so for some reason they just randomly pasted the George Carlin thing on there, even though it says in the copy information Michael Brandon is the narrator for all the episodes.
Yeah, that's correct.
But on Thomas and the Jet Engine, it does not list who the narrators are on the back or on the copyright notice.
But on the Wooden Train bonus pack, which is also strange, on the Wooden Train bonus pack release with the slimmer case, they only put the storyteller Alec Baldwin bubble on the back, even though Michael Brandon's also the narrator on that release. Anyway,
should they also put in Michael Brandon? Because come on, we have 3 season 6 episodes with Alec Baldwin narrating them, and the last 3 are from season 7 with Michael Brandon. Jeez.
I guess, yeah, Anchor Bay didn't. I guess they didn't have enough room, but at least on Thomas' Snowy Surprise, they had a budget to put both Alec Baldwin and George Carlin on the back.
Yeah, should they do the same for Thomas's Christmas Wonderland? Because come on, we have one episode that has Alec Baldwin as the narrator. Snow, final episode from season 5.
Yeah, well, but in the production order, for some reason, Rusty and the Boulder was the last episode of season 5. For some reason.
Ah.
But in the actual, correct order, it's Snow is last, which I like better. I think it makes sense to go Snow last of season 5.
Yeah. They should have also put a bubble saying storyteller Michael Angelis for New Friends for Thomas.
But at least they credit him in the intro.
Exactly, in the actual program.
But and the difference is between usually would just say just directed by David Mitton. They at least they squeezed both David Mitton and Steve Asquith at the end of the intro on New Friends for Thomas.
And I do know apparently 2006 DVD of Thomas Comes to Breakfast, George Carlin is not listed on the back cover, but is listed in the copyright information and in the program. They could have put that George Carlin bubble on there like the other releases that had him on there.
Yeah, the VHS variants of the back cover do list him as the narrator in a little star thing.
And at least they put Ringo Starr's name in that bubble on James Learns a Lesson.
Yeah, the 2001 reprint VHS, which Jake Barton is missing, but I'm not getting that version because I like to have the DVD better.
As well as the 2005 DVD.
Yeah, the DVD he's missing. Both the DVD and VHS with that style of cover for James Learns a Lesson, Jake Barton needs to get. But you and I have the James Learns a Lesson DVD, Fully Clover Returns. Yeah.
And thankfully, James Learns a Lesson is the only Universal DVD of Thomas I own, and I don't, but I also have the Anchor Bay version in a slim case.
Yeah, and I do know this portion in Lane the Tramp 2 Scamps Adventure, Jake Barton, when basically Darling says to Aunt Sarah, we're not in the mood to celebrate. Because they're not in the mood to celebrate 4th of July because they still miss Scamp. That's another one of Darling I can remember very well from Scamp's Adventure when she tells Aunt Sarah we're not in the mood to celebrate.
Yeah. And you know what's weird? For Thomas' Snowy Surprise, Alec Baldwin is only credited in the program, but at least on the back cover, they do list both Baldwin and Carlin, so that's better.
Yep. Yeah, we mentioned that before, but anyway. And I do know that once you I do know in the Dragon Tales episode, Jake Barn, the big race, which I would have loved to see on Sayola to Enrique DVD, that would have been awesome. Yep, I know she brought a bunch of stuff to show out.
Yeah,
Jake Barnes got a bunch of...
And wow.
Yeah. That's a cool thing you weren't able saying in the live chat. Okay. I guess I'll explain this out. I'm actually going to be doing 2 streams next week on Monday and Friday, just to catch up on some stuff. I think one of them's going to be at 7 o'clock Monday, and then and still it's going to be 7:30 Friday. The Impression stream part 1 is Friday at 7:30 p.m. and Monday at 7 o'clock p.m. is my Wiggles and Blue's Clues home media collection stream.
Which I don't really watch the Wiggles or Blue's Clues, and I'm pretty busy on Mondays, but I will join Friday's stream.
Okay, so I think you might have to sit off on this Monday one for Club Returns, but the Friday one, the Impressions one, Friday on 7:30 p.m., you could probably join that.
Yeah, I will be able to join that one for Friday.
Okay.
It's just
I'm not
one.
Okay, well, the Monday one you'll have to sit out on, but I'm sure Jake Barn can do both the Monday and the Friday one. I'm pretty sure he can. I think you can, Jake Barn.
I mean,
okay. So, you can do both Monday and Friday, Jake Barn. Monday, the Wiggles and Blue's Clues one, but I know you like Wiggles, but just not Blue's Clues, but I like both Wiggles and Blue's Clues. You'll do the Monday one and the Friday one, the Impressions one at 7:30. Okay, so I think, Jake Martin, you can do both Monday and Friday, but Flick Love Returns can only do the Friday one. Okay, so... But luckily, I know what I'm going to do for my birthday stream this Friday, June 13th, so that's kind of far away, so I've still got time to explain that. I still got plenty of time to explain that at a later time. But anyway, let's get back to talking about other things now that I explained some stuff out.
Yeah, and I think I understand what Toby said in Three Steam Engines Gruff when he says like this, but they are. Sometimes they look like big hands reaching over the tracks to grab you and pick you up like a toy train.
Okay. Yeah, I noticed that too when I watched the episode 3 Steam Engine Scruff, which actually another thing, Jake Varney, because you said about the season 20 episode, actually could get tinsel on the tracks 3 more times on DVD, because apparently we were missing 9 more episodes of season 20 on DVD in America. I think those being the episodes Bradford the Brake Fan, Ryan and Daisy, Pouty James blown away the way she does it. There's mucking about, buckle tracks and bumpy cars. I think so. And then Mike's Whistle and Useful Railway. Yeah, those are the 9 episodes of season 20 we were missing on DVD in America. What a shame they couldn't put all those on DVD.
Yeah.
Yeah, what a shame they couldn't get those 9 of season 20 on DVD. And we were only missing Helping Hero on DVD in America. We almost had season 19. We were that close. And then for some reason I could just get Christmas on Sodor 2 more times on DVD, Jake Barney, because it puts me in vibe. We were missing the other, what is it? The other 13 episodes of season 21 on DVD in America. Basically the first 13 from Springtime for Diesel up to A Shed for Edward, but the other 5 from The Big Freeze to Confused Coaches in broadcast order. We got those 5 on DVD, but the other 13 were never put on DVD in America. What a shame. That's why I'm going to get Christmas on Sodor, the US copy on DVD 2 more times, because it puts me in vibe. The UK got 2 more season 20 series 21 DVDs in the UK. Yeah, Europe kept doing that, see when able, but it stopped after. Oh man, yeah, before that god awful reboot, which we don't talk about.
Oh my gosh!
Yep, stay away from the reboot. Luckily, I didn't buy a single one of the reboot on DVD.
Me neither.
Me neither.
Let's just glad that we just like the model and CGI series of Thomas better. Just those eras, yeah. And it doesn't matter how the writing of the episodes go. I think because I described this before, Jake Barton. No matter how many people say the Nitrogen era is the worst era of Thomas, I don't care if the writing's bad or not. I think my issues with the episodes themselves, it's not the writing I hate. It's just these things that I can't get over sometimes. Sometimes I have to get used to Emily blowing Henry's whistle, just like it went back to because Emily blew Henry's whistle again in the Nitrogen era ever since season 8 and 9 of the Hit era.
Well, of course Henry's whistle was used on Emily. I mean, I get it.
Well, yeah, it's basically Henry's whistle pitched up to semitones, aka Edward's whistle pitched down to semitones.
What you're referring to that Flickle Returns is basically the way that other step pitch of Edward's whistle was used on Emily and some of the Hit era seasons.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Emily's whistle. That's basically what it is.
Or just like I'm just.
I know. Oh yeah, I know. Because Edward's fourth serious whistle sound was used on Emily since when? Calling all inches? I mean, I know what Edward's whistle from season 4 sounds like. It's low pitched.
Yeah.
But I know the whistle sound.
A higher pitched version of Duck's whistle for James in season 4?
And in 5.
And in a few episodes of 5, but mainly in season 4.
Yeah, and I also. Yeah, I do know that in Rosie's Carnival special, they pitched Thomas's whistle on Stepney.
Exactly. That's why Stepney's whistle sounds like Thomas, but it's high-pitched.
Yeah. And Rosie's whistle. That is Thomas's whistle pitched up a full octave.
A full octave of Thomas's whistle for Rosie? Oh my god, that's something new to explain out here.
Yeah.
Well, because Rosie and Thomas are both tank engines. Just the people at Hit Entertainment had to make the whistle sound for Rosie like that octave higher than Thomas's.
Yeah. I found out in a couple of episodes, Edward accidentally used Thomas's whistle.
Yeah, we saw that before. Edward blew Thomas's whistle in Trouble in the Shed. Like basically after Edward said to Percy, "How beautifully you wheeshed him," laughed Edward. "Ha, I can't wheesh like that."
And I think I've heard that in Emily's new coaches, Percy used James's whistle sound at the beginning.
I didn't know that when I was watching. Jake Martin is using the James whistle sound effect.
Exactly. I thought, why not? And
luckily it's just the sound effects. Okay.
And I think there are a couple of episodes where Henry used Gordon's whistle sound, which kind of makes sense. It's similar to Henry's, but with an extra note.
Yeah, in some of seasons 9 and 10 of the Hit era, Henry used Gordon's whistle on accident.
Yeah, and anyways, yes, they use, and yes, I know, and yes, for Edward and Emily, they use Edward's whistle sound like like for one thing, they used the normal one on Edward, and they used the low pitched one on Emily, like this, like that.
Yeah, they are pretty iconic stuff about the whistle sound effects you enable. Okay, let me just see what 917.
Also known as 817 in my area. So,
or 717 in mine.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess what I'll do is, even though I guess we could talk for a little bit more, so I could want to show off some more things. Okay. I guess I'll now explain this, Jake Barton. I would like to actually, like I said, I'll get one of these days. I'll find the Canadian, two Canadian versions of the Steam Team collection on DVD. Yeah, it might be tricky to find it because all I see is the North American version pop up on eBay. But yeah, I'm just actually gonna avoid. I'm just gonna avoid the full Steam Ahead 3-disc pack, which has wobbly wheels and whistles, because I already have wobbly wheels and whistles.
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah, because I really just need one copy, because then I'll have to live with the two worlds of jumping Joey Woods or Topham Hat screaming at level 4 tolerance.
I was like, Carrie Shell, calm it down. Seriously.
Yeah, I know if you get Merry Christmas Thomas one of these days, Jake Barton, I know you'll explain, yes, we don't like this portion, and surprise, but the only thing we did like is the portion when we got to see Stanley speak in a full CGI episode for the first time ever since season 12.
Yeah, that's where Stanley makes a comeback, because the last time we saw him was season 12.
Well, he did come back in Misty Island Rescue, and then his second one was Day of the Diesels, but that was his first time in CGI talking. But the surprise is the first full CGI episode Stanley spoken. Basically, when Stanley says, "My firebox is faulty. I won't be able to go to the children's party." If I can remember who that voice actor for Stanley, I'm pretty sure it's the same actor. Hello, VDL or VHS and DV Lovers 06.
Oh,
Haven't seen you talking in the live chat in a long time, VHS and DV Lover 06. But yeah, once that... you have to find Merry Christmas Thomas on DVD first, Jake Barton. Basically, and I know he doesn't care if it comes with a slipcover or not. Make sure it's the Lionsgate print.
exactly. So,
there's the Great Race and the Great Discovery movies.
Yes. I actually watched them on Thursday last night. So.
Oh, okay. So. Okay.
I watched the Great Discovery, and I gotta say I really enjoyed it, especially Pierce Brosnan narrating it. And
yeah,
even though I wish he would have narrate season 12, because in behind the scenes he did.
There was some filming, like in some record lines when he said Thomas had been chosen to help the builders. Basically, like that was a sneak peek of his narration, and Thomas puts the brakes on.
Yeah, and he also narrates your least favorite episode, of course.
Yeah, but that's his narration's line.
Yeah, and I gotta say this. I think I like this better than the Lost Treasure movie.
Yeah. Okay. I understand that VHS and DV Lover 06. That's why I don't chat as much. They're busy. Oh, I understand that you're busy mostly, VHS and DV Lover 06. Well, I'm busy sometimes, but when I have free time, this is what I do. I know what I'm doing when I have free time, anyway.
And yes,
I hope that when you got to the scene in The Great Discovery, notice that where on earth is Edward when Sir Tom Hat called all the engines? Well, when you're watching it, that is. The review's not out quite yet.
Yeah, I just found out before they hired Michael Brandon, they were originally considered considering having Alec Baldwin be the narrator for season 7.
But Alec Baldwin didn't make it for season 7 because apparently stuff we don't talk about. He was so depressed, and all we know is that he was depressed at the time, so he could come back for season 7.
Yeah, and he passed it over to Michael Brandon.
And can I just tell you about the Thomas, You're the Leader? I kind of preferred it from this one because
Yeah, I like it too. Yeah, I still like the Great Discovery version of Thomas, You're the Leader better.
the CGI version, they cut some out, like Stanley, because Stanley doesn't come back until when?
Mission Rescue, Stanley comes back in Mission Rescue in full CGI, but he doesn't speak until Day of the Diesels.
Of course, and then probably the narrow gauge engines, because well, Duncan doesn't come back until Duncan the Humbug.
Or the Grumpy Passenger episode.
And of course, Jack doesn't make a comeback till King of the Railway, and same with Alfie and Excavator Oliver and Max the dump truck and Monty. They don't come back till Lost Treasure.
Well, this is why the Great Discovery version of Thomas the Leader was loved so much by Thomas fans.
Yeah.
When I was listening to that song, I was like, this is a great way to wrap up the fully model stuff altogether. Really?
Yeah. And here's the Great Race, and I got it. Yeah, I did. Yeah, when I got to the part where Annie and Clarabelle said they were not Thomas's coaches anymore, I screamed, "Liar!" I sounded just like Anakin from Star Wars, if you ask me.
For Revenge of the Sith, yeah.
And that part made me a bit sad where all the engines leave for the Great Railway Show, but not Thomas. I mean, except Thomas. Which kind of reminds me of this, Thomas and the Special Letter from season 4, even though if I had this on VHS, I would definitely like the episode Thomas and the Special Letter better.
But at least, like I said, in The Great Race, they make a callback to the Thomas the Special Letter episode in The Great Race, despite the Engine Parade one is not as good as the Special Letter episode. They do a callback to the Special Letter episode in The Great Race movie.
Yeah, and I know for some reason Thomas was able to go because, well, he cannot... Victor cannot take the safety valve to Gordon. Instead, he decided that Thomas should do it, since Shooting Star Gordon won't hold still. Like, come on now.
Yeah, Gordon should have known better than just to hold still, and then both he and Thomas would have had to have waited a few minutes. But then Shooting Star Gordon would have had to have waited a while, then go to the Great Railway Show. Because everyone knows when you're in the doctor, it's like going into the doctor's office in real life. You have to hold still and be patient. Because if you don't, guess what? Well, I don't want to explain this because I've been to doctor's offices so many times. You have to hold.
Funny that you mentioned that, because I went to a doctor's office earlier today.
Yeah, exactly.
I heard that.
You have to be patient in real life when you're at either the doctor or the dentist or anything to be exact. Like, just be patient. Just hold still.
Yeah.
That was Gordon didn't do that. He could have been in trouble for that.
Luckily, when my blood pressure was taken, I was holding still the entire time.
Or it's even like in like eye doctors or like you said dentist things, Jake Barton. I can also mention eye doctors, but none of us need glasses.
Yeah, like people need glasses. Like, well, I gotta tell you, movie and game lover, my mother's been at the eye doctor because, well, she has to have her eyes checked.
Oh, dearie me.
And probably have eye surgery.
That's eye surgery is worse than, oh, I don't know, hip surgery or
even mouth surgery, just like I had for years. That's painful. It hurts my
I don't-
mouth. It makes my cheeks big and swollen.
I don't know which surgery is worse. But anyway, let's just keep moving on with the stuff you're showing.
Yeah, I think that's enough for now. That's enough.
Yeah.
But anyway, you were explaining something about the Great Race movie, but you said Gordon would hold still. That's something I wanted to bring up. Anyway, let's keep looking at the stuff Jake Martin did watch. Right. Let's see what else
These two I might watch later on tonight. So
Oh, can't wait for those HMRs.
well, I already recorded an HMR video on this one and the Sesame Street DVD Love the Earth. So
yeah, we gotta wait for those reviews to eventually come up. Eventually they'll come. So then we can do some stuff about that. But anyway, I do know this.
And then
Yeah,
and maybe one of these days I might do HMR videos on this and yes, that little booklet, which I do not know why they advertise training toothpaste from Orajel toddlers. Like, ugh, I don't need that. Mm-mm. No.
I used to do that, actually. Use that trained toothpaste, but I don't use that anymore. Anyway.
Well, you shouldn't do that, movie and game lover. Like,
well, I use regular toothpaste now. Now that I'm a grown man, and
same with me. I'm a grown man too.
Aren't we all?
Yeah, but anyway, let's look at there's advertising for Thomas books. Yeah, there's the Thomas book I remember seeing in the Borders store, but I couldn't buy it. The Sticker Express.
I really need to get that since
yeah, it'd be cool to own that. Yeah, because I could use some more stickers for some cool things.
Yeah, like same cartoon illustration from Cody Mundy Studios, and there is a mistake on Sir Handel. He's painted purple, even though he should be. He's not supposed to be painted purple. He's supposed to be blue. Ah, jeez. What on earth is Cody Mundy Studios' problem?
Or like, yeah,
those cartoon people.
I don't know. Just like how on James's Colors of Sodor, that what's wrong?
I'm CEO 100 Abel heard me say something. Oh, it's not your fault about my mother, CEO 100 Abel. I mean, she's fine. She's better. My mother's okay. So.
Okay, you were just explaining it out. By the way, you were saying like you're showing the advertising booklet on Milkshake Muddle. Well, when you're watching that, Jake Barn, you'll have to watch you'll have to listen to the Whatever We Do music video. But in my honest opinion, I don't want to listen to the Pride song anymore because it's way too babyish in my opinion. The way the children sing it, it's just, I just don't like that song anymore that much anymore.
Ah, come on. Jeez.
I just wish they would sing a lyric about Thomas, but these characters, all they sing about are Gordon, Percy, James. I think James was involved in that song. I think maybe Henry or Edward. But I gotta admit, they did add that season 8 deleted scene with Salty pulling Annie and Clarabelle in one of the circus train cars.
Probably Thomas and the Circus.
Yeah, from Thomas the Circus. That scene from Thomas the Circus I just mentioned. Salty's pulling Annie and Clarabelle. And that one flatbed of the train. Anyway. The fact... Oh! One space buttons playing the engine roll calls. Oh! Yeah. Yes, I use regular toothbrushes like I always do. Always use don't use those electric toothbrushes. I don't think those are really necessary. Electric toothbrushes, a simple one's better.
Not even like toothbrush some vibrating ones. Yeah, I'll just use. I might use regular toothbrush for now. So
But anyway, as I was trying to say, anyway, yeah, this is what I was trying to say. Basically, yeah, I know. I think I showed you this. If not, Jake Martin, here's the 2007 DVD of the Jungle Book, the original 1967 version. We don't want to watch the 2016 live action version.
I've seen that version. I did not like the 2016 version.
Yeah, let's all agree this animated version is better, I will admit, but I kind of like both it and the Jungle Book too.
Yeah, which I have seen a couple of months ago.
Yeah. Anyway, let's see what Jake Martin's trying to show next, because he said those are the next two next two DVDs he's going to watch late him at his own time.
I might watch those two Thomas DVDs, Tales from the Tracks and Come Ride the Rails, towards the end of May, on the 30th. So
okay, yeah, that'll be fun. You'll probably like. Yeah, and hopefully, yeah. When you get to the part in Keeping Up with James on Tales from the Tracks, Jake Martin, I was so scared Sir Tom Hat was going to get so mad. Similar thing with Toby feels left out on Milkshake Muddle.
But he did not. But he did not use that gruff tone of voice. I mean, this is exactly why. This is why I sort of preferred Michelangelo's not making Sir Topham Hatt yell in that gruff tone of voice. Like in some episodes, well, for Saving Edward, he kind of used it a little bit when he says, "What nonsense, Thomas!"
Yeah, me and Flickle returns did that before.
All
Basically,
right.
when we showed the. Yeah.
There was, I think, when Ringo does that, he makes Sir Topham Hatt like maybe with a tolerance level number 1. Which is like, "No, Percy, we cannot do that till high tide. I hope it will teach you to obey orders."
That's what I know, but anyway. And another thing I'm trying to explain out here, Jake Martin, I actually might have a way to still get the. Like I said, I just need one box of the Adventure Pack of Season 12 of Thomas. I'll just get the magnetic Valentine's Day picture frame of Railway Friends and the Easter edition. Just have Railway Friends on DVD 4 times, and then the Easter one with High Speed Adventures, have it on DVD 3 times. And the similar thing with Team Up with Thomas, but Percy and the Bandstand, I like to live with 2 DVD copies, one by itself, and in the Adventure Pack.
Wow.
But anyway, yeah. And I know that if you were to find Holiday Express by itself with the take along Santa Thomas.
Exactly. So that way, rather than getting in a thick case, because they listed 2 years, 2009 and 2010. Like, can't they just remove 2010 like already?
Yeah, and also like on the greatest stories. I know that. Yeah, I still don't know what DVDs you'll get with the greatest stories, Jake Martin.
In my opinion, I think maybe Anchor Bay should have stayed making Thomas releases until the new decade, 2010.
But they didn't do that because their contract ran out of money in 2008.
Yeah. Like out of business. Sucks.
Lionsgate owns the company now.
Yeah, ever since the Great Discovery.
Yeah. Up until 2014. That's when Universal then took over.
ever since Engines to the Rescue.
Yeah.
I mean, what could be next? WB?
WB is, well, Warner Brothers. I don't know what Thomas DVDs would look like by Warner Brothers, to be honest. But anyway,
yeah, I think Anchor Bay did the best job of releasing Thomas stuff. And unfortunately, season 10 was the last season that Anchor Bay released on DVD.
But yeah, also I'm trying to say this, Jake Barton. I know you'll find the DVD version of Hooray for Thomas with specific stuff. And make sure, yes, it's in a thick case, yes, but make sure it doesn't have the thin case artwork in a thick case. Because the way it says at PBM's Video Entertainment Supplemental to the Hooray for Thomas DVD HMR, he said it says copy with weird looking spine with the slim case artwork in a thick case.
Who would do such a thing like that? Like, who would put slim DVD artworks on thick cases?
Maybe it was like that, or
manufacturers.
My DVD of Percy's Chocolate Crunch Slim Case Edition used to come in the thick case, but I took it out and put it in a slim case.
Yeah, like something like this style of slim case. I'm just holding Holiday Express to show that that's what it should look like when the thin case artwork of Hooray for Thomas or 10 Years of Thomas, Percy saves the day. But anyways, I'm not sure what you'll get with Hooray for Thomas on DVD. I'm trying to remember, yes, what you're trying to get with Hooray for Thomas on DVD, Jake Barton.
Well, I might get it with the Dragon Tales Plank Remakes Plank Fun on DVD. And
oh yeah, that
the Wiggles
one.
Wiggly World and
okay, the original hit entertainment.
What
Yeah.
would have been cool is if they made a Polar Express sequel where the Polar Express comes to Sodor.
But I don't know, because I was so annoyed to hear that we're making a Polar Express 2, but I kind of don't like that, because come on, the Polar Express is such an amazing Christmas film. I don't know why WB had to make a sequel.
Of course, that sequel with Thomas characters never happened, but if they did do one with Thomas characters on them, at least it would have been interesting to see maybe Gordon race the Polar Express or something.
But it'd be hard to do a faceless engine against Gordon, because you know how behind the scenes of season 1 of Thomas and Friends of the TV show, the very first season of Thomas and Friends, the only faceless engine they had in the show was the Marklin engine, but he's shown in the background moving trains because they want to show engines off with faces.
Yeah.
Because
the troublesome trucks in the first season look completely different than that from the later seasons.
But yeah, I also do know, Jake Barton, that you'll find, she'll get tossed the really brave engines in a slimmer case. I think it either comes with Fergus or Frank
Probably.
The Diesel.
I'm actually gonna get it in a thick case, like this.
Not a slim case with Fergus or Frank. But if I was to do something really lucky, Jake Barton, if I found another copy of Toss's Trusty Friends still in a Wooden Train bonus pack with either Jack or Thomas, I could actually take this disc from this copy of Toss's Trusty Friends and put it to the Universal double feature of Toss's Trusty Friends and On Site with Thomas, just to make it somewhat fair, and put the other booklet in there in case the copy in the Wooden Train bonus pack comes with a booklet as well. Let's see. Yeah. And I also Yeah, I do know that I will get the one particular box set. Yes, I actually do know a way I'll get this Bob the Builder release on DVD 3 times, Jake Martin. The Bob's Big Plan release, which actually comes in as one box set of Bob the Builder releases that's just like the Thomas Whistle Express collection, but it comes with 3 separate DVDs, kind of like the Thomas Whistle Express collection. I think one of them was Bob's Big Plan in that box set, and it comes with a toy model of Scoob. I'll have to look up what that box set looks like again, and we're doing Amazing Someone Khaled Enterprises 2021.
I think it's Khalid Enterprises 2021.
Khalid Enterprises. There we go. Yeah, Khalid. That's what I'm trying to say. Anyway, as I was trying to say, like I said, yeah, I know what I'm going to do for Mud Glorious Mud if I buy the Easter edition packaging, but I have this spare Anchor Bay release without a slipcover. Which makes sense because I like this ordinary slipcover of Mud Glorious Mud Jake Barn where no buttons, but I like how it's embossed. The detail on this is embossed. Whereas on like the Sounds of Sodor one, even though I like the shiny detail, I like this ordinary slipcover better where it's more embossed and it looks pretty. And another thing, yeah, I know I said how to get the Season 5 releases on DVD 3 times in standard DVD cases without getting the Wind Train bonus packs where they say making tracks great destinations. To avoid that one, I know what I'm doing.
I've also realized that some PBS broadcasts of Thomas and Friends have a slightly different tone for the saying Thomas and Friends making treks to great destinations.
Yeah, the Season 8 version, which was heard on the Holiday Express and Engine Friends DVDs, that's the one on Season 8 PBS Kids airings, but the more upbeat one is heard on other Thomas DVDs from its Great Speed Engine, all basically leading up to every single Thomas DVD that did that.
And I think Season 9 started using that version.
Yeah, but on some Season 8 Thomas DVDs, they did do that.
And if there was I kind of wish that Thomas would air on both weekends, with maybe Saturdays re-airing episodes from the first 5 seasons with all classic series era episodes, and then maybe Sundays having hit era episodes.
That didn't happen when I was watching Thomas on PBS Kids in my state. And especially, yeah, I know it's going to be happening to PBS Kids eventually.
Well, good news is they actually saved Sesame Street.
Well, that's good that they...
For some new seasons. And it's kind of...
Yeah.
And it's kind
That's
of
good.
saving PBS in a way.
Yeah. And I also know that for this Jake Barn, I actually did see the Sword in the Stone DVD in full screen with a slipcover at one of the stores, but I know, yes, you can buy your own things. So
Exactly.
I'm not going to bother shipping it to your state because it's a bit of practice. Yes, Khalid, it's yes. In season 12, Michael Brandon was the narrator, plus doing the voices of everyone, even if it had CGI hybrid in it.
Yeah, and I think he also did the voice of Diesel in the US dub in the CGI series.
Yeah, in the full CGI era and the Nitrogen era, from seasons 13 through 16, he still did the narrator as well as voice Diesel Michael Brandon, even though I would have loved if Carrie Shale I would have loved if Martin Sherman did actually do Diesel in 13 onwards. Well, 13 through 18 and Martin Sherman, and then...
If, let's see, if season 12 was like this CGI series, maybe we could have Robin Smith the engines, with Michael Brandon being the narrator.
Well, that never happened. And I also know for a fun fact, Jake Martin, that if I was to find still find the Lady and the Tramp 2 Scamps Adventure book, that's still on my agenda, I still know where to find it. I'll admit, I'll have to like this picture of... What is the page? Yeah, I do admire this page at the beginning of the Lady and the Tramp 2 Scamps Adventure book, where, yes, Junior's making Scamp chew on a piece of ribbon, I think. Or like this scene where during the picnic chaos, my favorite scene of Lady and the Tramp 2 Scamps Adventure, the picnic chaos. Which actually, when I was doing this for fun, Jake Barn, well, I didn't take a snapshot of it just yet. I will do it eventually. I actually found this cool one of Junior. Yes, he had his mouth open, but his mom's mouth was actually, she had the happy expression with her mouth opened. I was like, okay, this looks better with Thomas and Emily smiling together, pulling trains together in season 10 of the hit era.
Yeah, and I'm not sure why Sir Topham Hatt is using his happy face in the episode Down the Mine when he says, "And a very naughty one too, I saw you." That doesn't really seem to make any sense. He should have had his frown face or his cross face when he said that.
Well, he did have one faraway shots. The head looks like he's mad, but in the close-ups he's happy. But in the one scene from the pilot, he has this kind of unused face, like because this episode was filmed originally as a pilot Down the Mine, but they eventually moved it to the end of the season. But if I were to do this, Jake Barton, I could get a Tomy model that resembles this Marklin engine that works in the background of the Thomas Friends first ever season of the show. He would just be in the background because they want to show the engines with faces. Yeah, I do know that. Yeah, I watched Percy's New Friends on both the DVDs of Curious Cargo and Animals Aboard. But I don't understand how Percy can be scared of Gordon, because come on. Well, at least it's not as bad as like Percy runs away or something like that, or...
If Soder's Legend of the Lost Treasure was used for the classic series, I would make major improvements over what the CGI one did.
Yeah.
First of all, have Sir Topham Hatt scold Ryan for giving Thomas the bad coal instead of...
Well, that never happened. But anyway, as I think I'll also tell you this, Jake Barn, I know for a fact that I'm also going to tell you this for the Thomas releases, Jake Barn, that actually there's a way that, yes, I know you're going to get Thomas gets bumped in a slim case, or yeah, you'll have Thomas and Thomas gets bumped on DVD in slim cases, but your Thomas Percy and the Dragon is not slim case.
Yeah, I have Thomas Percy and the Dragon, which is not in a slim case, so...
Which I should have kept, because I wanted to have it two different variations, because I don't like having two identical thick case copies, but I like the thick cases better.
You know, I kind of have something similar. My DVD of Thomas Gets Bumped is in a slim case, but my DVD of Thomas Percy and the Dragon is in a thick case, and it's a Lionsgate reprint.
Oh boy. Anyway. It's like, yeah. Yes, the hit entertainment model era are... well, basically, I think what he's trying to say they're not fully canon in different ways. That's strange, but anyway, as I was trying to ask you, Jake Barn, I don't think you've ever seen this before. I think if there's a way, I'm not sure which version of the Great Mouse Detective you'll get on plain DVD. I doubt it's either the 2002 one or the 2010 edition. Oh, because I know you have the VHS, the 92 one, Jake Barn, just not a DVD version of Great Mouse Detective.
Mm-hmm.
I guess you'll have to find the 2010 2010 one? Because I just made a post for you, like, just yesterday, showing the versions of the Disney films you can get on DVD, plain DVD, but they come with slip covers. Basically, I went all the way up from Snow White to Pinocchio. No, not Pinocchio. Pinocchio's the second film. Up to Lady and the Tramp. You'll get the Platinum Edition of Lady and the Tramp. And a similar thing with 101 Dalmatians on maybe the Jungle Book. Like I was showing the original Jungle Book earlier, you'll get the Platinum Edition. Because, quite frankly, even though I like how some of them maintain the poster art from the VHSs on the limited issue DVD, these Platinum Editions have much cooler bonus features, I'll admit.
Yeah.
So I think it's best. So I think it's best for you, Jake Barr, just to get the Platinum Editions of 101 Dalmatians in the Jungle Book.
Yeah. Between Lady and the Tramp and 101 Dalmatians, I like 101 Dalmatians better.
Well, yeah, technically in a way. Well, technically, Lady and the Tramp is somewhere in my list, but if I had to place it somewhere in my list, I would put it somewhere between 10 to 15. Because I have some problems with the film, basically. Anyway.
Yeah, like that obnoxious baby crying.
Yeah, so for these dumb things. Yeah, and I told Jake Barton, don't do this at the same time if he gets Lady and the Tramp on DVD eventually, because he doesn't have an extra TV to do it. But technically, we could do it on our separate streams if we wanted to, Jake Barton. I could play the part from Monsters, Inc., Sully Scares the Robot Kid, and the rat scene at the end of the first Lady and the Tramp, but both our TVs had to be at full volume, but that would be so scary to do, and I don't think we should do it on our separate screens.
No.
Yeah,
And also, I don't have Lady and the Tramp.
I know, you're still missing the Platinum Edition DVD, which I was showing earlier. That DVD.
Exactly.
Luckily, I like on that DVD of Lady and the Tramp, there's no little Einstein's trailer on that DVD. So I was like, okay, Disney, you didn't put a stupid little Einstein's trailer on the first Lady and the Tramp, but you did it to my all-time favorite sequel.
Yeah. Even though the series is going to be turning 20 years old later this year, I have no intention of watching it.
Oh. But I know Jake Martin was only 1 year old when the show came out back in 2005, and I was 7.
What was that?
You were 1 year old when Little Einsteins came out, Jake Barton, because you were born a year before it came out. 2005 is when it came out. You were born a year before that.
Oh, yes, I was 1 year old.
Yeah, in 2005 when it came out. Anyway, as I was saying, I'll just explain out one more thing normally, Jake Barton, because it's almost time for me to do an impression. Well, I explained the thing for next week, so let's just keep explaining. I'll just explain one thing normally again, and then I'll do the impression. Okay, so I'll just explain one more thing, Jake Barton. I know you're just trying to figure out what things you'll get with Thomas the Greatest Stories on DVD. This and Engine Friends, you'll have to figure that out. Okay, now let me go ahead and do the impression. Okay. All right, this impression, I will do it to end off the stream, because I'm going to be ending it off. This impression very well at the top of my head. Oh, I could do this to end it off, Jake Barton. Basically, where it goes, "Wee! Scam! Scam play! Scam play ball!"
Oh, I know what it is. Lady and the Tramp 2 Scamp's Adventure.
Yes, when Junior said to Scamp, he said the word "we," play ball, Scamp, and Scamp play ball. Yeah. Yep, showing, because he said that. Here's the VHS of Scamp's Adventure. All right. Well, anyways, I'll let you guys go. It's almost 10 o'clock. Hopefully, you'll be around Friday for the impression stream. Flick Love returns. But as for you, Jake Barton, hopefully you'll be around for both streams on Monday and Friday.
All right. Well, it was good seeing you in the stream. I will talk to you later.
Yeah, I'll see you on the Friday one, Flick Love returns, and you, Jake Barton, for the Monday and Friday ones.
Okay.
Yep. So I'm gonna go put these away and probably go watch these. So
okay, you have fun watching the. Yep.
I'll see you on I'll see you at the next stream.
Yep, I'll hopefully keep your eyes open for it Monday.
And I'll see you on Friday's stream.
Yeah, see you on the Friday one, Flickle Returns, and see you on the Monday one and Friday ones, Jake Martin.
All right.
Clang, clang, clang.
All right.
Farewell.
Yes. Farewell, Jake Martin. All right, see you. Okay, guys. Yep, hopefully you guys enjoyed this stream showing Thomas Home Media Collection releases with season 7 episodes, the last of the classic era of Thomas. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this and stick around for 2 streams coming up next week. One's going to be on Monday doing Wiggles and Blues Clues, and at probably between 6:30 and 7 p.m. Hopefully probably before 7 p.m. the Monday one, and the Friday one, 7:30 p.m. the first Guess the Voice Impressions stream, the 2025 edition. So yep, hopefully you guys are looking forward to that. And of course, it's time to say choo-choo out of here and have a really useful time, everyone. See you guys next week on Monday for the Wiggles and Blues Clues Home Media Collection stream, hopefully before 7 p.m., probably at around maybe 6:45 p.m. And then we'll end the Friday one at 7:30, the first Guess the Voice Impression stream, 2025 edition, part 1. That's it, everyone. Bye for now, and it's time to say choo-choo, really useful day. Bye for now, and have a really useful choo-chooing, really useful day.